Uh, Good afternoon. I just want to come over on here and get y'all this quick one. I'm a little tired. And the only reason why I kept these on was just to show y'all that what I'm getting ready to say is true, and the nurse and my mother was there. Both was there when I woke up out of my sleep saying this. I woke up out of my sleep saying that there's a storm that's getting ready to come. That a storm was coming. And I also started to receive that President Trump and the leaders was going to wish that they had to listen to the warning also that was coming from Jeremiah chapter 7 and Jeremiah chapter 23. It was basically just coming to me that they gonna wish they had to listen to the warning that was coming from Jeremiah chapter 7. And I know that 23 is linked to that, so let me not add nothing to it. It was specific about Jeremiah chapter 7. And I'm just on here because I want to talk about what happened. I have to take this off. I want to talk about what happening for the last month. As I have been taking a shower in my bathroom. And, I know you hear me talking about it. I tell my aunt that, I tell other people that, and I don't get on to say nothing, but I say that say this so people that have discernment would know that I'm not lying, and maybe the other people that's not able to discern what I'm saying can't go and see God. And I don't know how good this video is going to be on Facebook because they've been back there messing with the cable lines again. They always do that, end up going back to working on the cable lines when they get off into starting to give messages from the Lord that's really relevant. And we start having problems with the cable system here. But I'm not going to worry about none of that. Anyway, last month or either at the end of July, every time I would get out of the shower on a bathroom mirror, I would see what looked like people that was either coming out of a portal, and a portal that they was coming out of looked like a coffin like. And I started off seeing one, then I started off seeing two, then I started off seeing three. And while I was seeing this, it looked like bullets was coming towards the people that was in these portals or these coffins. And then it started to show me where it looked like wind was taking and blowing on the other side of the mirror. And when you look down the bottom, you can see something like the wind was down beneath, and I realized that was water. And then it looked like a man was there, and it looked like whoever it was that was there was trying to warn about something that was happening, that was like a storm that had to do with water. And I went to tell my aunt. I called in the bathroom to take a show, and this went on for over a month. And it was to the point where I was putting anointing oil on the bathroom mirror, and anointing oil on the door, and anointing the walls, and doing all kinds of stuff, and saying you're not welcome here, because I thought someone was practicing voodoo. Now, if you remember, I took and I posted something on 9/12/2025, and I spoke about 9/14/2025, 9/27/2025, and 10/29/2025 or where this happened 4 years later, or where something happened on these dates 4 years later. It's posted. So I'm not coming on here later. If you go back to 9/12/2025, you see that I had posted this. I didn't understand why I was told to post it, but when I was taking and doing that on Charlie Kirk, I was told to take and go out 4 days from his death. I was told to take and go 13 days out from his death. And I was told to take and go 49 days from out from his death. Okay, that came to me how to do that, and it was also taken and showing in the numbers, and I was told that's how I was to take and do that. So I took and did it because, like I said, sometimes numbers, they will talk to you if you let them, just like words will. So back to this with the bathroom. Help me, Lord. Help me out here. So I was thinking that somebody was practicing voodoo and stuff like that. I wanted to tell my aunt, say, I told you, you know, this ain't right, that ain't right. You know, people practicing voodoo and witchcraft and all this, you know, we need to start praying and, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, just talking to her, you know, and letting her know and was showing her. And I don't have dreams in the way that I used to. And I don't see things in the spirit realm all the time like I used to. So I'm starting to realize that God speaks to me in other ways now too. Because I know that for a fact that I'm battling with some witches and warlocks that's interfering with me in the spirit realm to stop me from being able to see, just like the principality up over Persia was trying to stop Gabriel from coming down to get a message to Daniel. You know, I'm going through that, and I've been going through it for a while now. So anyway, I took and I posted that on there about that. Now, if you pay attention, on 9/27, there was a man that come up with a boat doing the water, off the water, and he started to take and shoot up this place. I ain't got too much battery life left on, so I got to hurry up and do this and get off. He started to shoot up this place, and when he took and did it, 3 people got killed. Now, this that was showing up in the bathroom mirror, like I said, it ended up being 1, then it ended up being 2, then it ended up being 3. Then there was someone that was like, that was on the water and wind like was coming off, and I realize now that this was water, and this, I'm thinking that, believing that it was angels trying to reveal something to me that's linked to something else that I was told too, because I gave a word not too long ago, either in August or July, about that we would hear sound taking it coming from the Atlantic, the Gulf, the Pacific, you know, sound that would be coming from the waters. And I was shown also warships. And when I seen the warships, I thought, okay, when warships shoot their guns, you hear this loud sound. Okay, so what I'm trying to get to is this. Today after I got out of the shower, for a whole month, I couldn't get that image not to show up in that mirror, even when I prayed, even when I took the knowing and everything. Then right after this incident happened on the 27th, and the church shootings happened. Now remember, in the mirror, it was showed the 3 bodies. So it's speaking about, I believe, about both of these events. Okay, I believe it's speaking about both of them. Because in the mirror, I seen a whole bunch of little things in the mirror that was like bullets. This ain't no lie. Oh, and it was just coming, but it was coming from another place. And I believe what might have been an angel was trying to reveal this to me. And all my mind could think about was voodoo, on somebody practicing voodoo and witchcraft. but I know that God speaks in a lot of different ways to get your attention. So anyway, to make a long story short, that happened on the 9/27/2025, when a man was on a boat and he started taking shooting the crowd. His thing from off and 3 people got killed. Now, that's important because when you take and you do the year that Voddie Baucham, Voddie. His last name is Baucham. When you do the year that he was born and the year that Charlie Kirk was born, in the middle of that, 2 middle numbers you get is 11, because Voddie was born on 11 and Charlie was born on the 14th. One was born 3/11/69, the other one was born 10/14/93. So you got 3 in between that. You get the number 3 there. Now I took and did this before that happened. Right after Voddie passed, it went to speaking to me. Here this is, because because you get the 15 in this too. This was 15 days later. When you do the times of both of their death, you get 15 in the middle. If you do 9/2025, and then you do 9/10/2025, 15 is the middle. 15 days later, okay, you get the 15 in the middle. Now, this is real important. You get the 3. 3 people was taken care of. I already knew that the 3 was a warning. I took and I wrote right down in a piece of paper, could this be speaking about the 3 years to come? Okay, so I write that down, right? But I'm taking and I'm looking at this. In the middle of this, when you do in between the years, you get 36 in between the years, okay? And then you take and you get, on the month that it was born, in between that, you get the number 7. But if you take and you do the middle, just the middle, with the end, the year that it was born, you will get the number 3636, because 15 breaks down to 6. When I first started to taking and doing the chart on this, when I end up finding the year of the 66 to the year of the 69, one of the numbers that I found in there was either 3636 or either 6363. It's one of the numbers that I found, okay? Now, here it is. We have this number taken and showing up with them. And then if you take and you pay attention to this too, the 3 is in the middle, and then when you go on the years that they was born, you get the 36, right? The 36 breaks down to 9. The 3 and the 9 put together is 12. I gave a message on what government is being established, what kingdom is being established, from out of Mark chapter 11, verse 10. I showed in there where it was 3 kingdoms, either God's kingdom, man's kingdom, or Satan's kingdom. Now here you get the number 12, okay? Because 3 and 9 is 12. But watch this. In here you get the year that Charlie Kirk was born in backwards. Because if you take and 3 can't be broke down, but the 36 that's in the middle can't. That's broke down to 9. That's 39. Remember I said we was in the cycle of the 21. There's 3 7s in the cycle of 21. The 21 first shows up in a powerful way in the Bible in Genesis chapter 5, where Lamech living to be 777 years old. That breaks down to 21. 21 is the middle number. Now here it is. We get the 3 7s from their birth to their death. Because if you go the months. One was born the 3rd month, the other one was born the 10th month. That's a 7 there. Both of them died in 2025. 25 breaks down to a 7. You get the 3 7s there. Okay? Now, all these numbers are hollering right now. 39 backwards is 93. That's the year Charlie Kirk was born. Been hollering about the year to 69 for I don't know how long. For a long time. Okay? So here it is. We have the year to 39 shows up in here with the 36, 36, or 63, 63, however you want to take a look at it. Because if you do the 39, 93, you flip the 9s upside down, you get the same number. We need to pay attention to this. I don't want to make this long. Still a little kind of tired from the amnesia, but it's a lot to this. It's a lot to this. And I don't want to go and always be telling y'all, point to y'all, well, y'all had to go back to the lottery and take a look at something to see that God is speaking. I didn't go back to see the first day that I posted a video on that with Charlie Kirk and Mother Moore. But I know that there's something there too. And I'm going to do that in the next episode. But we need to pay attention to this. Because 93 turned around backwards is 39. And 39 showed up in the middle. We get the 3 7s from out of their death. Okay? Now, here it is. They talking about our ID that everybody gonna have to have now over there in the UK to take and work. And somebody saying that they talking about bringing it up here. That's one of the first steps. That leads us to Mother Moore, born on 4/15/1920. That's revealing that we're not too far away from the mark of the beast being put or trying to be put out to put in everyone. Okay? Please pay attention to how all these videos that I'm doing is linking up and going right back to God trying to speak to us, letting us know that a lot of us don't, not all of us, because some people got the heart from God and they seeking him and they calling out to him. But some of us got other stuff in our heart other than God and God's ways. And that's what it means by when God say, we say in the temple of the Lord, temple of the Lord, temple of the Lord are these. But our temple got other stuff in it than God. Okay, so please pay attention to the rest of that message that linked to that, because it goes right back into this with Mother Moore, Charlie Kirk, and now Voddie, can't pronounce his name. Voddie is all linking in together, y'all. I can't make this up. All I can do is point to y'all what it is that I'm seeing in the numbers and the scripture. And I know I got to do more better to talking to y'all too about the scriptures and the numbers. I got to put more emphasis on what the word is saying too. I realize that now, and I'm going to do that in this next one coming up. So I'm going to try to rest for a couple of days and then come back and do this, but pay attention to this. That number showed up, y'all. That is either 30, I've been trying to find it, 36, 36, or 63, 63. That's that number in there with both of their deaths. Because 9 can be flipped upside down to a 6. I've been talking about this for the longest. And it's showing in both ways. It's showing with the 6s and the 9s. And then we're getting the 3 7s from out of this, y'all. And then I posted on here, and I got this from Charlie Kirk's death. What might happen on the 14th, the 27th, or the 29th of this year. 2 dates was in September. 1 day was in October. Then I said, will it happen 4 years later? Then I just seen Jonathan Kahn post something about 4 years later in September on the 29th. That's 30 days away from what I was saying about 4 years later on October the 29th. Will it be then? But I think that God is getting ready to show a whole lot of things in these next 3 years to tell us to be ready. And I want to apologize to the young prophet, Tommy O'Reilly, which I had to spell his name. I know his first name is spelled Tomi. I think I'm really starting to understand why it is he brung up them 5 years. I think I'm really starting to understand it. Finna get off of this. I'm running out of time on my phone. Don't want to take the cut off, but some type of storm is coming. And remember, the guy comes from off the waters taking a shooting. That's noise. All these storms been raising everywhere. And God gave me in a vision. I seen 2 hurricane level 5s in the spirit realm. Y'all that got discernment know that. Both of them fizzled out. Both of them fizzled out. But something is telling me that this is not just a physical storm. But this is also going to be another type of storm that's going to take and occur. And these are signs that we're getting from the sea making noise. And that shooting, that guy did that, I think it's some kind of other warning for us. 3 people got killed on the 27th. First thing I wrote down is this speaking about the 3 years to come. First thing I wrote down when I realized that Charlie Kirk's birth on 10/14/93 and Voddie birth on 3/11/69, it was 3 in the middle. Because you got the 7 in the middle on the left, got 3 in the middle on the middle, and then you got 36 in the middle on the end. You got to learn how to let the numbers speak to you. And all this stuff go back over a decade with me. I found these numbers before this, y'all, over a decade ago. My Uncle Damon was still alive. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I love y'all, but some type of storm is brewing. And please, Republicans, please, God got y'all. He gave y'all victory over all 3. Remember, he won all 7 battleground states. The 7 is shown between these 2 men's death 3 times, y'all. 3 times. Please, listen, wake up. He's warning us. And please stop playing with China and stop playing with the dragon and the bear. Please. They ain't to be played with.